Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Manya's Life and Lit. And for today's video, I was thinking that I'll do a bookish tag because there are questions that readers ask each other or themselves, and I was feeling like answering those questions. And since no one is asking me, I'm going to ask them myself and share it with you guys because you are my besties. So let's get started. First question is ebook or physical book? Well, that's a tough one. Obviously, I have a slight inclination towards physical books because the flipping of the pages is important, the smell of the pages is important. But having said that, I really love my Kindle and I really love reading on my Kindle because it's so compact. You can carry it everywhere. You can also take it everywhere regardless of your bag size, unless you are like carrying a very tiny sling, but it fits in most bags, and so your fashion game is on point and you have your Kindle in a party as well. And but physical books, obviously the vibe is different and everything is different. I think I have phases where I sometimes gravitate more towards physical books, and then there are phases where I am reading ebooks on my Kindle all the time. So that's my answer. To not too rapid though. Paperback or hardcover? Paperback for sure. No two minds about it. I don't understand. People are crazy about hardcovers, and I never got the hype. I mean appeal. Like obviously people like hardcovers for a reason, but I am a paperback girl, and even if I could afford like a 2000 rupees hardcover, I don't think I'll buy it because it's just not practical and it's so hard, and like sometimes if it falls on your foot or something it will hurt also. Plus paperbacks are flexible, more aesthetic. So yeah. Annotate or pristine pages? So now I'm towards annotation, but earlier I was a pristine page person. Like I used to read my books ऐसे हल्का सा spine खोल के, so that the spine doesn't crack, and I think that was a crazy phase. And though I understand it, I think I have grown out of it. So anything basically, it still hurts a bit to underline on a book, but it's really important because underlining something in a book really helps you when you are rereading. You can like skip to the best part which you want to revisit. And also for my book blogging journey, I think annotations help me write reviews, annotations help me share quotable quotes with you guys. So that's that. Then the next question is fiction or non fiction? Well, this is straight up fiction. I love fiction, and I hardly ever read non fiction unless it's like really fun or is not preachy. Like I won't read something like how to get rich in X steps or whatever. I don't know if there's a book like that, but I made it up. So not the preachy ones, but obviously the interesting ones like Dolly Alderton's Everything I Know About Love. So those I can pick up, but otherwise fiction all the way. Series or standalones? So series. I mean that's not a regular answer. I would say most people like standalones because series are a commitment, and I also struggle with commitment due to time constraints. But having said that, there's something about being in a world for so long, for like 8 books or 6 books period. So series are another experience altogether. Whether I get the time to read them or not is another thing. So that's that. Enemies to lovers or friends to lovers? I am not a romance reader, so when I was younger, I used to like enemies to lovers. But what's the difference between enemies to lovers or friends to lover? Because friends banter, right? Okay, no, but enemies are actual enemies. I think I would go for cute friendship to lovers instead of enemies to lover vibes. And this is an inexperienced romance reader, so forgive me for that. Enemies to lovers, I think In reading fiction would be an interesting thing, but in real life, friends to lovers for sure. Okay, we are talking about books, so I think enemies to lovers. Sorry, guys, I changed my answer too many times. Read in silence or with music? Silence all the way. Earlier, I used to be able to read with music in the metro because that helped me concentrate by not like listening to other people. I used to just have music in my ears and I used to be able to read, zoning out. But otherwise, no, I am full on. Like, I need my silence and I need that meditative state. Slight muffled crowd sounds are fine, but straight up, if someone is sitting next to me and two people are talking, I can't read like that. And I can't read with loud music. And I won't read with music if I'm alone. Like, if I have silence, why break it with music while reading a book? So, next question is read in bed or read on the couch? Bed only. Because I have always read on my bed for most part, and the couch is in the living room, so the reading experience, like someone or the other, will not let me read anyway. So, couch is not for reading; it's for chilling with family. And if my room had a couch, then it would be a different story. But reading in bed is funsies. One book at a time or multiple. I like to start like four books, and sometimes I finish all four of them and sometimes I don't. But that's not the point. I like reading multiple books. Earlier मुझे बहुत दिक्कत होती थी. I used to feel how can people read four books at once, and then I thought that we watch like four TV shows or four movies at different points or at the same time period in life, so why not books? It hardly makes any sense. It hardly makes any sense to not like read them. um so another book trope question: grumpy or sunshine? Grumpy into sunshine, whether I like it or not. I think I like grumpy into sunshine, but the grumpy doesn't have to be toxic grumpy, or rather just cute grumpy. So I'm not for those morally grey grumpy characters. Next question is read with snacks or read with tea and coffee? Tea and coffee, eating while reading is not so nice. My pages will get dirty. So, next up is plot twists or predictable comfort reads. I think I like plot tip twists more. I think I read for that high for most part. Comfort reads are also have a place and time. So, but plot twists, yep. Reading slumps or reading streaks? What kind of question is that? Reading streaks for sure. New releases or backlist books? I think I don't read a book as soon as it's released, and I am not sure why that is, but it is what it is. So, backlist ish. Sometimes I read new books when there's a sequel to a series as soon as they come out. So, yeah. Historical fiction or sci-fi? Historical fiction. Sci-fi I struggle with, maybe because I don't know, science is not my favorite thing in the world. Maybe I've read some good sci-fi books, so but yeah, historical fiction the preference. Fantasy or contemporary? Fantasy, not the fairy smut fantasy. I don't know what's that word even, but like fantasy books, good world building, good characters, love them. Slow burn or instant love? Slow burn. But yeah, slow burn. Romance subplot or no romance at all? Romance subplot. So I've said this often that I don't read romance as a genre, but as a subplot, I enjoy it way too much. Read reviews before or after reading a book? Now that's a little. I I check reviews when I am out in a bookstore, because at that time you come across books that you have not seen before anywhere. So maybe I'll check a review here and there. But वैसे in general I don't read reviews before. So that's that. I'm confused about this answer, by the way. DNF or suffer till the end. DNF, for those who don't know, means did not finish. So whether I would not finish a book or like read it till the end, even if I'm not liking it, I think for most part I will DNF it. Dog ear pages or bookmarks? Bookmarks for sure, but sometimes you have to dog ear also, right? Cover buys or back cover blurb decides. A lot of times I buy looking at the cover, like it really calls out to me sometimes. I remember I read this book called Ghosts by Dolly Alderton, and I don't know, I just wasn't thinking, I just saw the word and I thought it sounds interesting. Just by the title and the cover, I didn't read the back cover, the book blurb at all. Good book, by the way. Library or bookstore? Bookstore, because you own them, but library also because you know you can pick as many as you want and you don't have to pay as much. Cliffhanger endings or neatly tied bows? I think I'll go for neatly tied bows, I guess. Yeah, I like a closure. First person point of view or third person point of view? I think third person point of view really makes it easy for a reader because we know everything, and first person point of views are a little uh, open to interpretation by a reader. That's a tough one. But I would say third person point of view because that way you know everything. Like there are no complexities left to interpret, and I like knowing everything. So yeah. Morally grey characters or cinnamon rolls. Well, depends. Like I won't go for a. I don't know what are morally grey characters. I'm not reading the right books for these questions, I guess. Pass. Audiobooks or I need silence. I like audiobooks. I have listened to a lot of audiobooks during my cab rides to office. So I like audiobooks when I'm moving because I can't read in a moving vehicle because of motion sickness. So that's that. Love triangle or one true pairing? One true pairing. I don't like stress when it comes to love. Books that make you cry or laugh out loud? I think there's a certain kind of literature that people are writing that make you cry but also make you laugh out loud, and that's my thing. World building or character driven? I think more world building but in fantasy genre, because in that case the world is entirely new and we like to know what magical thing can be done, uh, and good character building as well. So there's not one or the other, but I appreciate more plot driven books in general and not just like character driven books. Sometimes characters annoy you, but plot, if it's good, it's good. So there are many more questions that I can find an answer in maybe another video. But for now, this is it, and I hope you enjoyed me thinking out loud about my bookish preferences, and I hope this made you think about your preferences as well. So do let me know what you have in common with me in the comments, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.